I am really honored to stand here today before you as the new Executive Director of United Way of Chittenden County. This is a wonderful, wonderful community in which to serve. I'm often approached by United Way colleagues from communities all over the country who ask how we are able to develop and sustain such strong partnerships with what to others seem like the most unlikely of groups: government, business, educators, law enforcement, the faith community. And to me, that's what community is all about: a shared sense of purpose and a shared caring for the common good, living united all towards the common purpose of ensuring that we improve people's lives. In 2 days, our nation and the world will be reflecting on the 10th anniversary of 9/11. I know many will ask what we as a nation and as individuals have learned from the tragedy. I've been thinking a lot about that myself as I prepared my remarks for today. 10 years ago, I was planning a really big community event for the Champlain Initiative called How Are the Children? We wanted to come together as a community to ask how we were doing, how our kids were doing, and how we as a community were doing to care for our kids, all of them. At the time, we were hoping that 150, 200 people would give us their morning to discuss the issue and come up with some plans to do better. And then 9/11 struck, and people in this community, as in communities all over the country, held their kids and loved ones a little tighter and a little longer. We all cried for the loss that many of us and others were bearing, and I believe we reawakened a sense that we are all interconnected, that we all do have to attend to the needs of others, whether we know them or not. We saw an outpouring of selflessness and generosity that was unprecedented in this country. Random acts of kindness became intentional acts of kindness towards others. People in this community rose up to ask, how are our children doing? Attendance at my event doubled. Literally, people were coming out of the woodwork to participate, to be with other people for shared grieving and comfort, but also for shared hoping. Fast forward to August 2011, and Hurricane Irene devastates Vermont from north to south, east to west. And after what was historic flooding in the spring, people who hadn't even begun to recover were struck anew with that epic storm. And what happened in our communities all over the state? People came together yet again to assist neighbors in need. Volunteerism soared. Vermont 211, which in a year's time answers approximately 40,000 calls for help, during one peak hour 2 weeks ago, saw almost 2,500 calls come in, mostly from folks looking for help, but also from many people offering help offering to volunteer, offering to donate money and goods and homes. We've all read about towns that were cut off holding community gatherings in the local park and at the local school to share food, supplies, and stories to keep the residents connected to each other, caring for one another, and restoring hope. That just seems to be the Vermont way. And yes, disasters seem to shine a spotlight on these acts of kindness and generosity at a time when we need to hear these stories of care and hope. But I believe these happen day in and day out in our community, and people go unnoticed in their caring by the larger community. Until today, when we have the opportunity to say thank you, we notice, we appreciate you. Job well done. Give, advocate, volunteer. That's our call to action at United Way of Chittenden County. And now more than ever, getting people in our community to engage is critical. Needs are growing while the state and federal resources are decreasing or scarce. The human service system that United Way of Chittenden County and all philanthropists support is very fragile right now, and the numbers of people seeking assistance continues to grow. This is the time for us all to reach deeper than we thought possible, to give all that we can to support our whole community, to care for the common good. This is the time for us all to advocate with our legislators to make decisions that support the values we know we share as Vermonters and that we have demonstrated so beautifully these past 2 weeks. And we want people to volunteer. Witness the impact of volunteering that we have been reading about for the past 2 weeks and that we will see later this morning in our hometown heroes. And let these amazing individuals be our role models. And I get to be the first today to say thank you. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Thank you for giving to the United Way's 2011 community campaign. Thank you for all you do to mobilize the caring power we have to improve people's lives. Thank you.